Oh. So, you guessed it, I've been struggling working my job full time. Struggling with the normal job things, customers making me feel like I'm worthless and the stupidest person they've ever talked to, coworkers spreading crap about me, acting like I don't do anything and making me feel like I'm worthless and the stupidest person they've ever talked to. And generally just feeling like my life is being consumed by work because I think about it all the time, stress about it all the time, and my body hurts all the time. But now I'm stuck because I have to pay rent every month. So I reached out on Instagram just asking like some general advice on how to deal with a job when it's making you miserable. And every single piece of advice I got was to quit, which I can't do. It was so hard for me to get a job here. Like, this was the only job that offered me an interview, and luckily they liked me. I've only ever worked seasonal jobs. Like, the longest span was 4 months, which doesn't look good on an application. So I need to work this job for at least a year to, juice up that resume. And even if I did want to quit, I couldn't easily find another job. And as I said, I need to pay rent. So I need to figure out how to actually deal with this. And so we're gonna make a list, starting with figuring out how I'm going to switch up how I think and act outside of work. So I think the biggest thing I needed to do was figure out my priorities. I was making my top priorities not me, essentially. Like, I put chores at the top of the list. I was cleaning every single day because it was stressing me out that the house was always a mess and it didn't seem to ever stay clean. And so, first thing I decided to do was have 1 day a week where I do a big old clean, and then I just let it be for the rest of the week until I clean again. And then I needed to put myself a bit higher on the priority list. So carving out time for anything that is just good for me and my body and my mental health. And then, of course, I need to balance prioritizing myself with taking care of Benny as well. So just giving him all of the special treatment he needs and as many walks as I can take him on, while also making sure to rest myself. I also felt it was important on the priority list to carve out some time just for me and Robbie. Another thing I realized I needed to do was journal every night and be able to actually work through it instead of just letting it build up in my head or just complaining about it constantly, thinking about it constantly. Just before going to bed, jot it all down, process what happened during the day, separate the things that I need to just let go and deal with on my own on the inside, and the things that I need to actually address and deal with at work. I also think it's so important to have activities planned for like before, after work, during lunch, just outside of work activities. It really feels really gross. Okay. Ew.
Let's pour some oil on there.
Oh, that was a lot.
That's probably fine.
Do I put it on both sides, do you think?
No, it's probably fine.
You do like a lot, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get comments like, you were cooking and seasoning that chicken so
I know. Everyone's gonna be like, you destroyed the chicken. Oh, it's my first time. Ew. Dude, check that out. The last thing is just having things to look forward to. Oh, he's just rolling around in it. Wow. Haha, loser. First chapter, tragedy. Big boy. Oh! Dang. Oh, he's naked now. Oh, she died.
Wow.
What? a second. Oh my god, this is crazy.
He actually, hold on, how do we play this?
Look at me.
How do we go?
I just they like stare at me.
So bad at this. Dude, this is the little song.
Now switching over to what I'm going to do at work to make it less miserable. First thing is trying to focus on the parts that I'm actually passionate about. I'm very lucky to work at a job where there are actual elements that I enjoy, like working with the plants and learning about gardening. Like I could just be dealing with mean customers, difficult coworker situations, carrying soil out to every single customer's car because they're too old, without having these little bits of things that are fun for me. And like through that, I ended up creating my own little garden at home. I bought a bunch of plants from my work, and I got a tub. I tried to poke holes in the bottom of it with a nail, but that didn't really work, and so I used the trusty knife. Yeah, then I arranged the marigolds, the basil, and the tomatoes in there. And then I put some fertilizer in there. I know it would be best to have compost and fertilizer, but I just didn't quite have the time to do that. So we're gonna do fertilizer for now and see what happens, you know. And I made a makeshift tomato cage out of sticks and twine. But then I got some free half trellises from work, and so I just ripped that out and put those in there because that obviously would be a bit more sturdy. And I also put together some pots of flowers. I got bacopa and I got cosmos, you know, to attract the pollinators. And yeah, every morning I go out there and I check on everything, make sure nothing's going awry. I give it some water. And my strawberry plant is doing okay. A squirrel came and kind of ate a bunch of the strawberries that were starting to form, and then the other ones got stunted. And so I read that you're supposed to clip those off, so I did, and I clipped off runners. And it seems like new growth might be coming in, I don't know. And the second thing I decided I need to make sure I did at work was be honest with myself and, you know, with my bosses about my capabilities and what I'm comfortable doing, because every day I was carrying out just so many loads of super heavy soil and mulch and bags of rocks, and it was just really destroying my body a little bit. So I needed to actually voice that and not just suffer. And I also don't feel super comfortable being a saleswoman inside the hardware store for like the lawn and garden section. I really it made me want to throw up to think about trying to sell someone a weed whacker. I just didn't want to do it. And so I voiced that and they found a different section for me to work in when I'm not doing the plants. And on that same vein, I also needed to stand up for myself at work with the coworker situation. You know, I needed to be confident in myself and my abilities, not let the things they were saying get to me, and also just in the moment be like, hey, you're wrong. You're wrong and you're mean. I didn't say that, but and I also just needed to allow myself to ask for time off, which is not something I usually do because I'm so just like, oh, I have to be the best worker, I have to be working all the time. But like, that's miserable. I don't want to do that. They probably won't fire me if every once in a while I ask for an extra day off to go do something fun.
One more.
You have a sword or you don't?
He's got funny pants on.
Holding a short sword all this time.
You're like, that is like,
What the fuck is that?
that's like a German.
Four champions from the four reaches of the realms.
No, I was with you.
No.
Yummy. It's huge. Look at the size of that, boy.
Oh, it's really good.
Hey.